Finally, some no drippage fog day, so we can get out and do a video. Can you believe everything that's happened here in the US and the rest of the world in just a couple of days? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But first, let's get on with some important environmental news. So unfortunately, the Orange administration here in the US just gutted the Endangered Species Act. Unbelievable. Meaning that several species will now go extinct fairly quickly if this goes through. They gave this to the corporations, the hotel builders, the golf course people. All this land is now going to become available to building golf courses and anything else they want. No such thing as endangered species, right? Well, let's just talk about that. Some of the first animals of many that will go extinct is the bald eagle, the American crocodile, the gray wolf, just a small list of many. So these protections have been around for 4 decades, and yet we're going to scrap them? That means all the money that we put into it, all the effort that the green groups put into getting these protections will now go away just on a snap of a finger from an orange idiot man-child who's an absolute, well, let's not get into that. So the reason we're having these environmental problems is because of brainwashing. Let me give you a little example. I was listening to a video, well, I was watching a video by Black Bear News, and he was talking about a study that happened a while back where there were lines drawn, 2 lines, a short line and a long line, and they brought in several actors, and the actors all said that the short line was the long line as predetermined. The group that was brought in as the testers didn't know that the actors weren't any different than they were. So as they went through and asked each actor which was the longest line, they all pointed to the shortest line and said, that's the longest line. When they got to the testers, they also started saying that the short line was the long line, because that's what everyone else was saying. Now, tests like this have been shown over and over and over, that humans are a herd animal, and they just do what the herd does, regardless of consequence. If the herd is willing to go off a cliff, they're willing to go off a cliff with the herd. That's the way the brainwashing works. I bring this up for one reason, is because the people in the US are being duped by an amazing amount of corruption, but yet 80% of the Republicans in the US approve of Donald Trump's job? That's pure brainwashing, because the other Republicans are behind him, so they're going to be behind him, regardless of what he does. Regardless of baby camps, baby prisons, child camps, child prison, separation policies of parents from children just for crossing a line, pussy grabbing, disrespect for women, they don't care, and collusion with Russia on a scale that our country hasn't seen since the 1930s when Al Capone was taken in. This guy isn't any different. It's just that the Giuliani crime family has grown so big international, and it includes Russia, or Russia's crime family has taken over the US crime family. I'm not sure which way it goes, but it's clear that there's brainwashing of extremes going on at this very moment. And the people of the US have got so many things going, they don't have time to watch and pay attention, so they just go along with it, whatever the neighbors or their friends are, regardless of outcome. Alright, so that leaves us to conversion from meat to vegetarian vegan diet. This is how we help ourselves, help the planet get through this, by becoming a vegetarian and putting a lot less stress on the planet itself, person by person. We're gonna go over to the world's healthiest foods, and let's go down and look at garlic. A lot of people have put garlic in this pedestal way up here, saying that all you have to do is eat garlic and blueberry. That may be true, I can't find much wrong with garlic. There's no safety concerns to speak of other than be careful on what potency of garlic you eat, because it could cause troubles later on. So what I wanted to do is go over to the page of garlic, and let's stroll down and look at these interesting little notes down here. These are called sulfur-containing compound in garlic. That's what makes garlic so good, is we do need sulfur inside of us. So these compounds aren't important for you to remember or anything. Just know that each and every food has some kind of phytonutrients or micronutrients that this site talks about on each food page, and it's kind of important just to look at it. So today's issue is garlic. What's the best way to prepare it? Well, eating it raw isn't really much of an option. It just, some people can do it, but it's pretty tough on the system. So what I want to do is go over to the kitchen and actually show how I prepare garlic and then cook it in a pan. Let's just saute it and show you the safer way of cooking these types of vegetables.